Hello, what's up? Welcome back. Dab you up. All right. You ready? Here we go. I'm probably gonna have to make the sound with my other hand, but yeah, I'm gonna wait for you. All right, ready? Welcome in. Hey Rocker X. Hey Doc. Rimorous Husbando. Welcome back. I'm gonna pin the question I've just put in chat real quick so that even people coming back and coming later will still know it. I'm trying to work on a video for newbies, people that's new to Genshin. I'm anticipating maybe there are some new people coming for Snezhnaya patch, so I do want to anticipate and make a video for that. Nothing in concrete yet. It's still kind of in the oven, but if I see people answering what's the Genshin term or jargon that it took you a while to understand what it is, then I could attempt to make a video answering about those terms for newbie people. I'm gonna pin that. Stay back respectfully. Yeah. Indeed, they're staying at you. That was the intention. Alright. Let's get to it. I hope the music volume is not too loud. If it is, let me know. Cool. Let's get the account maintenance like usual. What are you waiting for? I mean, respectfully. Today is a Monday. I should farm weekly boss. So I'm not gonna condense everything. Locking in the side without even blinking. Yeah, it's a staring contest. If you blink, you lose, of course. If you happen to just close your eye for a fraction of a second, who knows what could happen? You may be in grave danger. Of suffocating.
With the marrow of the three moons in my hand, behold the false moon's fall!
A new moon rises. By the frost moon of old, receive my blessing. Grow! Temple of wisdom!
That's more like it! Be shut!
Time to conclude.
Foul!
Protect flame.
How dull!
No more lies.
Enter! Wallow in this.
I'm sure Lao Ma wouldn't do anything unnatural, naturally. Perish the thought. Where's this guy in Sumeru? Oh, he's over here. Is this where the tree is supposed to be, actually? I never take a look at this after the fight. Is this supposed to be the tree? I think it's supposed to be the tree. For some reason, whenever I teleport here, I don't look at the map at all, and I just assume that this is the wall close to the desert. It's this wall over here. trees over here. A neat spot. You're waiting for Zebai? Zebai should be in 7.1, I believe. There are some leaks regarding that, and seems to be a reliable leaker.
Can I be true?
This guy's running around a lot.
Moonlit night for all. Lush as the moon, with one heart. Make yourself a room.
I better wrap this up. It all adds up. Let's see what you're made of.
Good enough.
Get back!
He's gonna do a thing.
Snatch it from my grasp! Ha! You won't distract me this time!
Wave, free winds converge. By the frost moon of old, receive my...
No more
Just
lies.
like a little budding fly!
It all
A
adds
petty
up.
trick!
The mystery unravels. Can I be true? Time to complete.
There we go.
That I've longed for.
Done with the weekly duty. Your only Luna DPS she will be. And a good one at that. Skipping most of the 7.x you need to. Alright. More funds for the buy then. Hopefully she'll do you proud. Hold on, is there no... Yeah, I guess I did not check the vertical version today. Let's see how that's doing. Yeah, Twitch stream's fine. Cool. Very cool. More funds for the Sarisa? Ah, gotcha.
With one heart, getting dizzy. Surge. A new moon rises. I see everything. Share my knowledge.
It all adds up.
Let me check something real quick. Alright, that was last year. Okay. I hope one of the shades, at least one of the shades, gonna become playable in 7.x. It's likely gonna be late if they're gonna become playable at all. But I do hope. In the record, you mostly have your teams in the later patches. This time you will not build pretty unnecessarily. Okay then.
Can I be true? Time to complete.
Me personally, I don't really build a record that way. Because I think if I like a character, I like a character. There's not really a pattern to what I like, necessarily. This can be okay. It's not amazing, but it can be okay. Maximum it can be is 7 good substats. but it's not gonna surpass what I have, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's kind of close. I mean, the chance of it being better is extremely slim. I'll keep it around for now. I'd rather have a better piece with double crit and 1 or 2 good substats. I mean, you skip most starting characters for the light characters, and it happens that the skip character is the light character's best in slot. I mean, that does happen quite a lot if you happen to like an Archon. Because an Archon generally gonna work better with the character from the same region, and those characters are generally released before the Archon. Hello Shika, welcome back. I think that does not necessarily hold true for
Take it easy.
the non-Archon related team. Losing 50-50 does it too. Gotcha. So yeah, I'm encouraging saving up it up this time, so you can get exactly the character you want. Risky, good to see you. Hope everyone is having a nice Monday and start on a new week. We always start with beating the shit out of Tori over here. Always.
Bring it.
You pull Wallet-chan around this time round, alright? Sounds like you're dedicated to getting some Genshin characters.
Let's ride.
Hello Barrett, welcome back. EU? Well, is it tradition to spec the server you're playing in when you're greeting someone from Genshin? Asia! Still not sure about all that, because you just care about building team around Sarissa. Sure. There is a non-zero chance of Sarissa being the better Odet, so you can wait. If you're not in a rush to get a character right now, if you are not in a rush to gamble, where's the gamble sound?
Why don't we try something like this instead?
If you're not in a rush to get any stellar teams, you can afford to wait. Miss? Miss? I'm doing well, Elisa. How are you in this lovely week? I heard you said in Discord that you have come to the decision of pulling Columbina on your alt account, I think. Hold on. I kind of need to fly high here. There we go. She did the trick.
All right.
Hello, Jubet. Welcome back to stream. Oh no! Okay, that's a short one.
All right.
Getting stun locked! My artifact ground! Right, hold on. Crystal fly, good, nice. So in 7.0 there is going to be a light trading system between accounts. They don't really allow us to trade anything that's really worthing any resin meaningfully. They are only allowing us to trade the open world flowers, food, ores, crystal flies, and the lights. What do you guys think about that? I think it's an okay quality of life, and probably mostly for people wanting to get flowers for their leveling up characters in the open world in a fast way. But beyond that, I don't really see much use. I guess people can do some ores trading if someone's really farming a lot of them. The flowers do help. Yeah, flowers do help. I wonder if there's some kind of trading system where we have to trade one item for one item, and obviously it's likely they're gonna have a limit somewhere, but is it gonna be a trading one for one thing, or
Bring it.
it's more like giving away for anyone that has more free time on their hand and has a lot of things? I guess we're gonna find out in the live stream or in the special program of 7.0. About the Columbina pose, just about to ask about that. Sure. You think that's good? But yourself don't know stuff about this? Oh, alright. So, finish your thought regarding Columbina pose. Also, I was glad to hear that you're doing well. If I have to trade something for more, say, crystal flies, or for more flowers in the open world, like GG flower, that I am too lazy to farm, and I have to trade something for that, what will I trade away for? Let me see my inventory. I have some food, but it's not very sustainable. I don't collect things that much in the open world. I have some ore, but more often than not, when I try to level up some, I may actually try to grab ores from other people. Then what can I trade away if that's the case? I guess just lumberjack it up. I think getting wood is the fastest way of collecting any items in the game, period, right? Just getting any kind of wood, it's extremely fast. Each tree, I think, give about 3 woods. And we have a gadget that can collect a ton of wood around from the trees around us at the same time. Just per item efficiency. Mint. Mint is a nice meme. Me personally, I don't pick that many mint. Where's the mint? Is this the mint? No, that's small lemongrass. Mint. I have a 1,000 of them, which is more than the other stuff, but it's also not the most sustainable thing. Was just how you're asking in Discord, wondering if I can do it today. So you're asking me if I can do it today, right? Wood would be the best trade because many people would take the opportunity to build some teapot. You know what? I guess there is a kind of demand for that too. I have already built my teapot, but if there's a demand for that, I'm willing to go collect some woods and just trade for crystal flies or ores because I'm very lazy when it comes to farming ores. And sometimes I am lacking them to level up some weapons. Okay, so Elisa, let's go do your pull after I'm done with the artifact route over here. You only have like 1,400 crystal ores. Crystal ores, that's the crystal fly thing. Split crystal fly thing. Yeah, crystal cores, right. I have 300. It's not a lot. I think in the past I've been collecting crystal flies every day, but ever since one condensed resin is 60 resin instead of 40 resin, I'm getting more lazy with getting crystal flies. Yeah. Also, welcome back, Star Entity. It will be mostly used for the Primo and give Primo from characters. Yeah, fair enough. You just farm 40 resin and don't condense them. I am hella spoiled. I am extremely spoiled. I condense and I farm 3 times. Farming with 40 resin means I have to farm 5 times. They always spawn over there. Oh hey, Rushi on Twitch. Blossom Batch. What's the Blossom Batch? Blossom Batch. What's I'm actually not able to see it. What's the Blossom Batch mean? 2 more runs, more enjoyment? Fair enough. If you find enjoyment from that. Okay, how many artifact XP models do I have right now? 38 and 400. I've been burning through them like crazy for some support sets. Alisa, go ahead and send me the account information. We can log into your account and do some Columbina pooling. Six hours your resin got cap. Let's not do the math. Well, at least it's not more. You earn this badge for watching clip, VOD, or live stream 3 days a week. The badge upgrades weekly. Oh. Oh, okay. Is there a minimum duration of time you have to watch something? Because it's likely that you could. They probably gonna not give a badge if you just watch for a minute or so, right? I have no idea how it works. Can I watch my own stream? I can watch my own stream. Let's go. You have way more than enough for Columbina C2, but that's what you're going to get. Don't want to jinx it. Who knows what will happen with luck. So, okay. We are getting C2 Columbina. That's what we're getting. Gonna wait for the account details to show up my inbox on Discord. Then we go. In the meantime, let me go ahead and just condense my resin on my other account. Hello, I'm Salty. Welcome back. Blossom badge. That's also a blossom badge. I guess Twitch is rolling out some cool new stuff to get people to watch and engage more on the platform. Oh, I respect the hustle. Oh, what's that? Okay. Okay, I see the information.
Add astro.
Oh, right. Okay. Let's log out. And log into Alisa's account. Verification code. Send to your email. You're jealous? People getting C2 Columbina on her rerun. But generally, you don't need the C2 for her to be good. But I assume that some people do save up for that, which is nice. It's a nice increase. The flowers fully bloom, yes. You can get C2 CG next patch. Yes, are you talking about me or just in general? How hard is it to learn doing calcs via my sheet? Not very hard. It's something that requires to be meticulous and careful. Kind of attention to detail things rather than having a huge base of knowledge. So what we are doing, I am currently logging into someone's account, so I don't want to show my screen, but in a little bit after we've finished logging in, I can show my screen and show the sheet thing. We are pulling Columbina for Eliza. So welcome in, Timber 77. Oh, you gotta see 2R1 on release. What is this flexing? The first message implies that you are not getting C2 Columbina. Very cool. Thank you. This is in Asia, right? Cool. We're in. That's a lot of Primogem. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. So basically we start from zero, right? There is literally nothing in here. I don't think you have done any pulling period on this account. Well, it is an honor to do some first pulls on this account. So you want exactly Columbina C2 and no more. That's it, right? I believe that this is an account that Eliza has newly created in Asia and have been grinding for the past 2 months or so to do the quests and run the map. And this is all the Primogems that they have been saving up without pulling anything. This is not... How many Primogems is this? 66,000 is about what? Usually 12,000 is 75 pull. So 60 is 5 times 75 times 7, 375 pulls. And that's not really a C6 angle. Early double, early double. Okay. Cool, so just give me one last confirmation that it is going to be Columbina C2, because since I'm in someone else's account and I don't want to accidentally misuse your Primogem in any way. Total 508 pulls, nice. Technically, if C6 within 500 pulls can be possible if we are really lucky. Okay, let's go then. C2 Columbina, here we go. The first 10 pull ever on this account. Limited character. Oh, Yensan's nice. That's off banner Yensan too. Yensan's nice. 20. We have a long road ahead, so let's hurry along. 30. 40. 50 incoming. 60. 70. This should be the first 5-star from a limited mana on this account. Let's see if we win that 50-50. Whose account is this? This is Eliza's account. This will be their first character, yes. This is a account Eliza newly created in Asia. I think usually they have a main account in EU. Okay, first 5-star from limited mana. Alright. Alright. It's a break that virginity, alright? With a Columbina? Yeah? Yeah. Oh my god. Holy jump scare. Big time though. Yeah. This one. What? Hold on. This one. Oh my god. The entire screen was black.
Or moon goddess. Whatever you prefer. I'm used to having many names.
Her splat arse is so big.
Whenever you might find yourself in need.
Hello, Zoro. Was that actually Eddie Pity? That was actually Eddie Pity. Goddamn. Hey, but a 50 win is a 50-50 win. Hello, Kagoshi. Okay. So we got C0 Columbina. Her splash out is the entire screen, yes. The whole screen was black. So now we know what to look for. Keep going. This is for C1 Columbina. This is 20 PD. 30. 40. 50. 60. See if we can get an early. 70. No early this time again. Alright. How peak would it be? Another 50? 50 win? Yeah. Yeah. 71. 72. 73. 74. Now the soft pity starts to kick in. 75. Say maybe 77. Oh! Alright. Columbina? Columbina? So that's apparently our first 50-50 loss on this account. Whoops, indeed. Whoops. So we got 1 win and 1 loss so far. This is gonna be a guaranteed, so let's go through it. I think this is probably a 14 pity. 24. Can I get a dolly, please? 34. 44. 54. 64. 74. Well, it seems like we are breaking even. 1 lose, 1 win. That should be a Columbina. It's a guarantee. After that 50-50 loss we just got. Once again, the entire screen was black. I think that was 77 or something, or 76. Give me a double. Give me a double. Those two again. Skip for double? Nah. Nah. Now we go for C2, indeed. Was anyone keeping track? I think that was 7 pity already, right? How many Yehoda? Well, we can check right now, sure. That's a Mizuki. That's I think it's already Yehoda C6, right? Yep, that's already Yehoda C6. I think it's probably Seto C4. Oh, C6 already. C6 alright. That's a new Yansan. Okay, just double checking. I'm sure we did not miscount, but there should be a C1 Columbina. Cool, cool, cool. C2, here we go. All C6 4-star indeed. Wait, is C6 4-star real, chat? Chat, is C6 4-star real? We got all C6 of the 4-star on this banner, even with just C1 5-star. Anyone jealous? Anyone was aiming for maybe a prune C6 or in-law C6? C2 30 balls. Alright. Eyes on the prize, people. Eyes on the prize. I believe this is 17 bit. That's not C6, it'll have 27. Oh, the Orodons keep coming. 37. Give me an early. Come on game, you can do it. Is this 47 or is this 57? Man, I hate miscounting. Was that 47 or was that 57? I think that was 47, right? This is 57. The upcoming one was gonna be 57, right? 160 wishes call me non-burner and 0 year holder. Ain't no way. So we're coming up on 6-7, chat. 6-7 incoming. Fuck. No 6-7. Wow, that was a late one too. Oh, Carambina! I'm channeling my son Roddy. Carambina! Hey, we love the blackout. Okay. We got C2 Colombina. 2 wins and 1 loss. We'll take that. Though we have to go to soft pity every single time. We'll take the 2 wins. We'll take the 2 wins. Oh, that's a C1 Mizuki that you have. And here we go. Do you want to enable these constellations yourself or do you want me to enable them? This is a C2 Colombina. Fresh off the badge. Fresh off the banner. Hey, Rushib is watching for 5 streams. Nice. How many snug later? I assume quite a bit actually because we keep getting the C6 4-star. 173 snug later. We keep getting the 4-star that we already C6, so this accumulates fast. C1 Mizuki 200k DPS, yo, something like that. Okay, I'm gonna enable the C2 Colombina. C1 and C2. Let me see the constellation effects on her. Actually, hold on. Wait. Oh, right. I cannot change characters when I'm in here. Buy fish to the better Orancho.
Allow me to lend you some moonlight.
What will be the team that we likely play in this? It's probably gonna be this plus. Fair enough.
My experiment will succeed.
Fair enough. I mean, this can be something else. This can be, yeah, this works. This works. This is Aliza's account. Alright, I'm gonna leave the building of the character to you. And I leave you with the C2 Rage Beta right here. Well, there we go. Put her under her own statue. Let's go. Oh, you have explored this part already. Nice. Oh yeah, it is also shining over there. Yeah, absolutely great work with exploring the map from a new account. So that's where the Primo Gem comes from, really. Alright, this is as good as a location as any. Alright, let's log out from here. Opening any account today? Well, me, no. This is a one-off occasion where Aliza did ask me beforehand to help them with pulling for Columbina C2, and that we did. Let's log out. You're welcome, Aliza. Hold on. The camera seems to be a little bit off. I'll adjust it at some point. I think the polling decision for that account for Aliza is not really meta. It's the second account and really just up to them to pull what they want. Alright, chat. So for the people that's just coming and not from the beginning of the stream, I did pose a question in chat and I pinned the question. You can take a look at it. So the question was, when you first start the Genshin, what is the Genshin term or jargon that you find difficult to understand? Since I am trying to work on some script, cooking up a video for some Genshin newbies, and I think there may be terms in Genshin that are difficult for a new player to understand. And if I receive quite a lot of information on that, I could put something together. I'm thinking that likely as Snezhnaya comes around, there may be some new people trying out the game, so I would like to be paying a bit of attention to the new players as well. CV and RV? Alright, you know what? That's great. Let me note them down. I actually did not think about those. What I thought about... let's have a document to note that down. CV, RV, Genshin terms, Genshin words or terms, jargons. I think rotation usually requires me explaining to people a bit. It's not really something that other games have. I think the term DPS is used a lot in other games as well, so not a lot of people really have problem with understand what that is. Timmy, you're trying to create a super powerful and super versatile team in terms of how many different types of slimes it can work against. What will be your other two characters? Columbina, Inefa plus Lauma. And Zhongli. So let's see what's our coverage there. Pyro slimes, we can deal with. Hydro slime, we can deal with. Cryo slime. Actually, there's a bit of problem there, but I think Zhongli can break the shield of the cryo slime, right? Little bit iffy. We're gonna note that down. Electro slime, It's fine, we have bloom damage. Geo Slime, breaking the shield will be Zhongli, and doing damage will be the other characters. A Nemo Slime is a victim of that team. And finally, Dendro Slime will be dealt with using electro damage. Reactions, transformative ones, direct one, and such. I think that is more than just a term to explain. That requires quite a bit of explaining, right? Yeah, I'll note that down, but that seems like a topic for its own video. Direct and is that your wife Ronova on the thumbnail? It is indeed your wife Ronova. How many wives are you gathering these days? When you started, the whole artifact concept was overwhelming. Fair enough. I think explaining artifacts can also require quite a bit of effort, but I also recall that calling the feathers sands, goblet, circlet, or flower can be confusing for some newbies those are not familiar with those terms. So I could briefly go over that. Artifacts piece name, flower, feather, sands, a goblet, circlet. Yeah, artifacts is a hard thing to explain. I remember taking quite some time to do that as well. Okay. Artifact concept in general. Would Zibai be better there? I think Zibai, there is a tiny bit anti-synergy between a Dendro aura preventing Hydro to be on it and Zibai needing an enemy to have a Hydro aura on it to do damage. There's a little bit of anti-synergy there, and we're gonna feel it a little bit during Zibai's gameplay as the skill is getting slower to light up. However, for an open world situation, I don't think that's gonna be too big of a problem.
Accelerate cleanup sequence initiated. Annihilation mode.
Stay clear. Enhance it.
Oh,
Observe. Be silent.
That's did you honestly think that would hit me? Good. Keep it up. I'm still collecting data. You cannot face me.
need I know? I don't think that's necessary.
Preparing for dust up.
Animal test 63 away.
Close your eyes. Be silent.
If Hydro comes into contact with Electro, it just creates the bloom directly. And if Electro comes in contact with Dendro, it will create a simultaneous aura of Electro and Dendro that's quicken. And Hydro can both react with Electro of that and react with Dendro of that. So that's not a problem. I don't think that I know is needed. However, Geo cannot react on top of a quicken aura. So that creates a problem. But yeah, that's actually a fair point too. If you want to play Zubai, you can just turn off Lauma skill. You don't use Lauma skill. And I don't think that's gonna be a big problem. If you fight a Dendro slime, for example, or something that requires some Geo stuff to break, like a Cryo slime shield, Cryo Slime Shield can be broken with a blunt damage, by the way. And Geo Slime Shield, you can just turn off Llama skill in the meantime. Or not use it, is the correct term. And I believe a C1 Columbina in a team with Zubai will allow for a shield, right? Even though it's a little bit finicky, but it still creates a shield for you, so there's some sustain. Not many, only like 6 or 7 maybe. Main DPS, sub DPS, support, grand carry, and hyper carry. Thank you, Matthew. I was missing your comment there. But I think yes, those terms should be explained. Main DPS, sub DPS, support, carry, hyper carry. So even though the term DPS does exist in other games, I think these terms are quite specific for Genshin. These are nice. Hello, Mackenzie Markart. Welcome in. The shields refresh every 4 seconds, so it's basically 100% of time. Yeah, my only, well, the slight concern is that Zubai Columbina kind of needs to do Lunar crystallize instance of her skill damage for the shield trigger. And there may be time that Zubai is not doing Lunar crystallize damage in that team. Okay, that team is kind of a soup team with every kind of damage possible. Am I not putting this character on a support set or a fat weapon? I may not.
Observe. Close your eyes. Fear the dark. Be silent.
Alright, hold on, Dotore. Quick inventory check. Hold on, Dotore. Right. I was playing her as a DPS. Oh, right, because he's... Yeah, right. He's currently having the artifact set triggering. Cool.
Get back! Snatch it from my grasp!
Swapping down artifact in the middle? Well, Dottore would be proud. He's all about manipulating the world or whatever. Creating his own rule. He'll be proud.
Close your eyes. Observe.
A peasant trick!
Be silent. Fear the dark.
Stay clear.
Clearly, I still don't have enough energy recharge for that character.
Observe. Close your eyes. To dust.
That I've longed for!
Resource expenditure. Okay. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, well, is that really a term? I don't hear it a lot. I understand what it means, and expenditure is an English word. It's fine. I don't think that's really a thing people say. Alright. Okay. On 5-star artifacts versus 4-star. Thank you for the nice ideas, chat. Yeah, this is gonna really help me in forming a... What's it called? The main points for the video, explaining the Genshin jargons to people. Crit ratio, yeah, I'm gonna add that here. This is grid value, roll value, grid ratio. I guess ER can be confusing when people don't know what we're talking about too. ER, EM, off piece. That's actually good. Yeah. The best term from noob, how to increase my damage. So that's kind of, there's a little bit of problem with that, right? Because I think when a newbie person, even when they type in how to increase damage into YouTube and say they watch a guide, a video talking about how to increase the damage for the characters, they see a column guide, they talk about using this artifact, using this weapon, having this talent, and using this piece for sands, ER, the hydro, goblet, circlet. There may be terms that they understand, but I think there may be terms that it's harder to understand. Talking about how to do have enough ER to burst every rotation. I guess I can do even the simple stuff like calling skill or burst, because if you have not been watching much Genshin content, you may not exactly know, I guess. And especially explaining EQ as well, because that's a very PC term. So we see the buttons on PC and we press these buttons. Weapon R1, R5. Good one too. Oh, this is getting to be a rather long list. Okay. Weapon R1 to R5. I'm gonna add just constellations to that. Constellations, we can just quickly explain that it's really just duplicates of characters. Maybe if someone is coming from another gacha game, then they understand the concept of duplicates and therefore constellations. But maybe if someone is not exactly coming in a gacha space, they could be confused about that, I think. Tap E and hold E. Sure. Tap E, hold E. I think it would come with the understanding of the rotation notation. Maybe a bit slightly more advanced for a video. Could keep that in the back of my mind for another video as well. Ooh, billet. Blossom of Wealth and Revelation. I don't think they come up that often in... I don't think that it comes up that often in an online discussion of the game. Like, so, at the end of the day, so this video that I am thinking about making is to have practical usefulness for people watching it. They would watch this video and understand some terms that are needed for them to watch further video with the more Genshin jargon. Like watch a Jeff video, watch a Ziox video if he makes more of those. I don't think he has the Sandroni videos yet, Ziox. Watch the Genshin Scientist and the likes. And generally, those kind of channels that talks about characters assumes that people have a baseline understanding of the language that people use in the Genshin space when talking about how to build a character. I think I want to have people understand those terms and be useful immediately, rather than the more obscure terms that could be like trivia to know, but not immediately useful. Shield, you know what? Fair enough, shield. That is spoken about quite often in, say, a Jeff video. Hello, Dinaf. What AI are we considering them to be? 45. Let's go with that. at the kind of, well, around 45. It's kind of, I'm gearing toward the people that starts to want to look into optimizing their combat performance, but not exactly know where to start. So the scope is still somewhat more combat oriented rather than exploration or story, because personally I don't have a lot of expertise regarding that area. Like, I enjoy watching the content about that, but asking me to make a video about that, I'll suffer. Talents are priority over level 90 for main characters thing. I would say yes, talents are slightly better. I have not made a lot of the calculations for levels versus talents specifically, but I know that Sandrone prefers talents a bit more than her level. But maybe that's only true for attack scaling character, because the base attack comes both from the character itself and the weapons, while base HP or base defense is coming from the level. So I think an HP scaling character or defense scaling character is gonna like having levels a bit more. Do a lot of people call artifact XP fodder? I can explain that, sure. Artifact fodder. These are great ideas, guys. Woo! Not bad.
Observe. Close your eyes. To dust. Be silent.
Yeah, so the video is not gonna happen exactly today, but I'm gathering some ideas and see if I can expand on them and write a script to make a full video. Still in the oven, still cooking. I think imagining explaining some stuff to a friend that just started playing Genshin and starting to look into having their characters do some better damage. Perhaps because they have raised their world level and now suffering.
Night falls.
Or perhaps they are now in Inazuma and start having to fight some bigger, badder enemy. I remember my transition from the Liyue Archon Quest to Inazuma Archon Quest. It's a little bit rougher. I think maybe that coupled with me ascending my world level as well. Most important daily weekly tasks. Many beginners have no idea what to do beyond story and exploration. Didn't know resin existed and were meant to be spent. Oh yeah, that. Alright, that's gonna be a slightly different topic, but I can note that down. That could be something valuable for newbies as well. Other ideas. Other guide ideas. Daily, weekly tasks. Let me see if I miss any comments. When you started, you don't know what this wishing or banner was. Like, what is supposed to do with it? Fair enough. I guess that's more regarding wish, banner, explain. I think this is probably something that can be explained with like the gameplay loop of Genshin. What do we mean by gameplay loop? I guess that's not the most understandable thing. Is the gameplay loop of Genshin, what I mean is play game, get primo, pull new characters back to play game. That's what I meant. That's kind of the intended gameplay loop that developer has for us. Now, play game obviously has many things in here: exploration, combat, story. But I think this is the gameplay loop that the developers intended. So we could explain about that for the people that may be new to the gacha space and not exactly sure how the game is operating. You don't even know what to do with this game? Well, liking the colors is a great start.
A moonlit night for all.
Installation chamber deployed. Ultimatum protocol.
You play a little in 2020, you assume Mondstadt was the only region and eventually deleted the game until 2024. Really? Huh. So I assume that you did not do the entirety of the quest and just run around, seeing that everything is blocked off, and stop playing. Oh wait, no. In 2020, Mondstadt was the only region. What am I talking about? Back then, it was the only region. You did not take wishing advice and use Primos on standard. Oof, that's a rough one. My condolences.
Cleanup sequence initiated. Annihilation mode.
Mondstadt and Liyue at the same time released. I think Mondstadt was in 1.0 and Liyue comes in 1.1. I'm not an expert on this, so if you're a day one player and would like to correct me, feel free to. I started in Fontaine. Best advice from a friend to start this game was to not level 90 characters at start. You completely drain resource. Fair enough. Fair enough. I still think leveling up talents is important. And level comes slightly after, but they go somewhat hand in hand. Like Genshin, stop immediately.
Defensive mode engaged.
That's a funny response. However, I think even when it comes to my friend and they are starting to play this game, I would let them know the gameplay loop of this game, or what the developers intend us to do, and the wishing system. I'll tell them about it and I'll let them make their own decision regarding whether they want to continue engaging in that gameplay loop or not. Unless they are proven otherwise, I believe my friends can be responsible for themselves. And how much time they spend or how much money they spend for entertainment. I started in Fontaine, yes. Well, incidentally, I did make a video. If you go to my channel. What is that? If you go to my channel. I'm tired. Was my Genshin account always this weird and bad? Yes, I did make a video. If you watch that video, you'll have all the necessary information about my accounts, how I start playing the game, why I continue playing the game, and why I have multiple accounts. I did a account tour stream and I condensed that into a video. But you can watch that when you are having lunch or dinner, whenever you miss this beautiful face. Yes, to answer the question more precisely, I started during 4.3, the patch immediately after Furina comes out. I think I start on the patch that Navia comes out. That can go in general advice section. Wait, where? Ah, okay. Hold on. Don't use Primo on standard. Hello Debbie, welcome back. You believe Fisher should always be the first level 90? Fisher is quite useful, yes, and versatile in some modern teams. So that C2 worth it for all C0 and wait for Sarissa. You have Sandroni. Oh, that C2 is a big increase for Sandroni's team. It's about a 40% increase, which is huge. And that's usually around the level of a DPS constellation. However, you can still decide to get Odette C2 on her rerun, where we would have more information about Sarissa, and likely Sarissa is already released by the time that Odette reruns. I think that is a safer bet if your eyes is on the prize elsewhere, other than Sandroni team, maybe Sarissa. And we'll be able to have more information on how synergistic Odette is with Sarissa on her C2. I'm supposed to do something with these again. Oh, that. Dev, today we're hanging out, and also I have been asking people regarding what would be the helpful things or terms and jargon to explain to a Genshin newbie, because I'm expecting Snezhnaya to be able to bring in some new players, and I'm trying to make a video to cover those topics, and people have been really helpful in chat so far with things that I did not even think of. Hey Nakiri. You always thought you started very late, but now you're finding big Genshin content creators that started even later than you. This makes you feel old now. Me? Surely that's not me. Big Genshin character in wait, hold on. Local big Genshin creator wants to play co-op with you. Local big Genshin creator wants to be Asha with you. I start in December of 2023, right? Yeah, around that. Yeah, I remember trying to pull on the Ayaka banner. That it was alongside Navia, and I lost a 50-50 there. And then on the next phase, Raiden was on banner, and I spent my guarantee on Raiden. You missed what they said about the video I'm making. What suggestion were you looking for? Is it the pin comment? I was looking for what was the Genshin jargon or terminology that you find confusing or not able to understand when you first started the game, and I'm trying to make a video to explain those jargons to a new player so that they can start watching video guides to do better damage, like from I Went to Lose, The Jav, Genshin Scientist, Gacha Gamer, and the likes, because I'm aware that those videos does use some particular Genshin words that I think newer players may not fully understand. So I want to try to bridge that gap. That's the idea of the video I'm cooking. Soft pity, hard pity, capturing radiance and stuff. I guess. Yeah, you know what? I can add those. What would you rather calling it then? Double place. And I think those terms are also used in other gacha games, right? Except for capturing radiance, because that's a specific Genshin mechanic. Do I pull even if I have enough for 50-50? Now, is this a question for me, or is this something that you say could be useful as a topic for newbie? I think if that's as a topic for newbies, I'm fine with explaining the concept of how the banner works for them and let them decide, because each people have different preference regarding that, right? Now, if that's a question for me, if I like the character enough, yes. If I like the character enough. Okay. Yeah, I kind of already answered that. So, this is how I operate. I think I have mentioned this 1 or 2 times on stream, but since we're on the topic, I can mention them again. Oh, I have quite a few primo. Let me condense them into pools. I like to see my number of pools. I don't want to do the mental math. So whenever I pull for a character, I would mentally set out a budget for myself. And the budget can be as simple as, the most simple version of the budget is, I am going to go all the way for this character, even after I lose 50-50. I'm willing to get them using any amount of pools necessary. Usually that's around 160 pools ish, 150, 160. Now, the budget can be, I am willing to go to soft pity for this character, and that's all the amount of pools I'm willing to spend for this character. It can be that. And I generally try to stick to what I have, the budget I put out for them. If I'm gonna be 100% honest, I usually go something like 10 or 20 over. If I sometimes I have a tendency to do that, but generally I don't go grossly over my budget. It can be something weird, like I'm willing to throw 100 pools of this character. If they don't come, that's fine. That's all the amount I'm willing to put out for them. That can be something weird. I don't often do that, but it can do that. But if that's applicable for a 4-star character, that's usually more applicable for a 4-star character, because 4 stars do not have guarantees after we lose 50-50. So I would find myself often saying, I'm gonna do a 30 pulls for Yahoda. If she does not come, if I don't have a Yahoda C1 by then, I'll just stop anyway. I'm gonna throw in, say, 120 pulls to get a Ian-san C6. If she doesn't come, that's fine. So that is usually what I do when I'm looking into a character, and how much pull I'm willing to give for a character is usually depending on how much I like that character. And liking here is a combination of how strong that character is, how much I like their personality, how much I like their aesthetic. It's a combination of everything, and I kind of just output a number for that. I think that method has been really helpful for me in managing how much I spend and not overspending. Now, spending in this context is spending my Primogem. Does that make sense? I consider that as one of my resources, and generally I save them. But there have been situations in the past that my budget is bigger than my funding. Then in those situations, I frantically explore the map and find more to meet my budget. Big words, but it can be as simple as I have to get what llama, and oh shit, I have one pool to my name. Better go explore that damn map right now. I have to get this character. Big words, but it's basically that. The personalities especially need to be big. True. Do you know what? That I have llama on this account too. This is not my main. They read your chat? Actually, hold on. I was in my own headspace trying to explain the system that I use for wishing there. I did not. Artifact system, your friend was getting crazy when he found out artifacts have different stats and there's a slight chance you get them right. Okay. So the full artifact system. Cool. Yeah, that's... I've noted that now. Someone already mentioned that. But good to know that you think that's also be a helpful thing to explain to a newer player. I'll keep that in mind. And I think that's gonna require a bit more explaining and could use its own topic for a video. Who that girl? Who that girl? Well, let me tell you about the Moon Chanter. She has a big personality that is always shown off in the Archon quest. She has big problems that she had to deal with on her own, but luckily she had her friend always there to support her and make sure that her heavy weights are never just herself to carry. She also has big horns that grow beautifully at the right time of the moon. And finally, she has big eyes that always glow beautifully and have a quality that makes it seems like she's can see and understand you fully. A big kindness in helping others. Yes, I agree. I can go on, chat. Llama is actually beyond the obvious, okay? Beyond the obvious. How much this character is sold? This character is sold for me. Well, this is only 50%, okay? And the other 50% is thanks to how well she was written in the quest. Was this ASMR thing going on? Big Or you asking about the music? How much DPS is my C2 Llama team? 250. That's never 01, Llama 20, Bina 00, and Sucrose. I think on a good day that reaches 250k DPS. The big thing. I'm sure that will make a great ASMR video complimenting my dear ASMR. Oh, hello there. Ooh, what's this? My beak wouldn't move. Oh, wow, oh, wow. Give still, you hurt your beak. You only hurt more if you keep moving. Looks like just the tip. Just the tip? Do you bump your beak into something or what? Happened over there among the soft flowers. There's something tough Bree wants to. Want to pick one and bring it home. The Vesinici particular greenhouse, you mean? Llama mentioned this before. The flowers they sell there all made of metal. You want a flower from there, you say? I'll get one for you. Thanks, the flower is so pretty. I'll bring it home. And home will be pretty too. Pretty. Whee. Okay. Let's get to this. Oh. Let me get myself ready mentally for this. It's gonna reset in a few days, so gotta get that in soon. I could do a DPS slop tier list, but it's gonna be another slop tier list. I don't think I have much to add. Like, people here are already well aware of my calculations and where I think the character stands, right? Unless you have a fun premise for a tier list that's not about combat power, I'm all yes. Oh, actually, I'm down to watch this. ZZZ. Am I excited for Snezhnaya male characters as much as female? I would be lying if I say yes. So far, the male characters that I take a liking to the most in Snezhnaya trailer. You know what? Let's take a look at it again. Why do I search this? It's not really helpful. Snezhnaya. That's not the one.
The rules that govern this world are all...
I think the only male character that has piqued my interest so far, and I think the design is cool, is Midya.
Wait.
This guy design looks a bit simple for me. Maybe the 2D is not doing him justice. And the other are so-so. Well, you can attribute it to me generally preferring women more. You can absolutely say that. And I think that would be the majority of the reason. But watching this, I'm really only see this guy as an interesting design. Mommy Love are excited for male characters? Here's see. I'm glad that they are here, and I'm absolutely fine with Genshin making more male characters for the husband who enjoyers. I think the ratio being closer to half and half is great, because I recognize that there are other people who also playing this game and excited for maybe the different kind of characters that I am. But if you ask me personally, I am not for the male characters. Can I tell you how important level 90 on Mizuki, Xiangling, Layla, Barbara in type your UID? In that team specifically, not a lot. Mizuki is not the character doing the majority of damage in that team. It's actually... I actually don't know. I think it's Xiangling. So prioritize Xiangling first and get a level 80 Mizuki. I know that in a team with Stellar Sword, Mizuki level is extremely important, by the way. But that's in a Stellar Sword team where Mizuki does a shit ton of damage herself through the reaction. So I can give you an example of Mizuki in a Stellar Sword team right now. For comparison purpose, we can look at a Sandrone team first and how much levels affects those teams. Here, a Sandrone team, Sandrone, Yamiko, and Odette Escovia, we can see that, let me zoom in. Level 79 for Sandrone is a negative 2.34%, but after we ascend it, represented by level 81, it's only a negative 1.23% compared to level 90. Meanwhile, an attack talent for Sandrone is a bit more important than leveling her from level 81 to 90. So coming at 2.09%. Now, when it comes to a Mizuki team, these are the talents. Odette's skill being the most important at 1.13%, while Mizuki's skill is at 1.44. However, a Mizuki's level compared to a level 90 Mizuki, level 79 is negative 7.75%. This is Sandrone team. This is Mizuki team. After we have ascended Mizuki, level 81 compared to level 90 is still a negative 6.5%. So in a Stellar Sword team where Mizuki does a shit ton of damage herself through the reaction, it's very important to level up to 90. Like, this is actually a character that level is so much more important than talents. But in a team that is just having a bunch of non-synergistic off-fielder, that's not really a big deal. The build, sure. The amount of women playing this game is astonishing. You see them everywhere. Yeah, I'm also seeing quite a lot of people playing this game and prefer male characters. I think generally in my circle, it's probably still having less representation of those people than outside of the circle I often engage in, because inherently being damage and combat oriented in Genshin is a thing that generally is more male oriented, right? Probably the people who enjoys the game more for the character's aesthetic and more for the story would have a more percentage of it being woman. Level strangling to 80/90 and level her talents. Her burst specifically, do not worry about her skill. Just her burst to 9 or 10. Level strangling to level 80/90. Level Mizuki to 80/90 and level up her skill a bit more. That's good. That should be good for now. And of course you have Columbina now. So level up Columbina. The guys also. Yeah. Sure. That's not good. Oh god, gearing. Okay, what are we doing here? Gearing. I can get away with this. Let's use their Beidou and let's use their Ganyu. Do I really need to use my Ganyu here? I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. I'm gonna use their Ganyu. Yeah, that's fine. Traveler's here, right? Okay, cool. Have you all seen the Remio stuff? Can listen to this song. I've already seen the visual of the song. It's as expected. I think it's a nice song.
Just kidding.
Gonna increase the song volume a little bit here.
Come close to my embrace, our breath interlace. Genshin dangerous tide. Your fingers between mine, soft whispers in your ears. Freeze the time, just leave the past behind. Fly and try, thought I'd fall. Catch me.
You hope we get all the characters to be of use in Imaginarium Theater? What do you mean by that? Generally, characters are useful in Imaginarium Theater.
In this reality, step by step, remove the veil, seek me for who I really am. It takes two to tango, one is not enough. Drift over ego, in this fragile life, real close, I'll lead the dance into eternity. Swear your
Like how they do it in Currency Wars in Honkai Star Rail. Oh, I see. So we can just continuously use our characters, right? To help with the process. After we can exhaust all of our cast of characters, right? I think that's what they are. I don't have enough on-field DPS. No. That was a lack of sentry. I do love some jazz. What is this song? Remio EP 2 to Tango by Zenless Zone Zero. There's some reason my game keeps stuttering like that. Huh, that's very weird. It keeps happening. Hold on, what's going on? Is it my computer getting hot? Or what? Double check. It's a very new song. It literally just came out today. Don't worry. I'm gonna point a fan toward my computer. Just in case. Cool. Yeah, it's extremely slow. Okay, I'm gonna turn something off, I think. I'm gonna turn a few things off, just to make sure it runs properly. Save this. This list can be gone now. Given starting characters, you can either buy characters from shop, including the ones you own and you don't, both. Okay. I will probably need a better explanation than that. But isn't it we are also buying characters in this game mode? With the currency we get from playing the game mode in a run. Have I tried Wuthering Wave? I'm aware that there's a game mode that allows us to use all of our characters, right? And just keep throwing characters at it until we succeed. If we have multiple characters that we have built, then that game mode can be brute force that way. Is that what you're trying to refer to? In a run, you get bonds or you can sell existing characters to get such money. Okay. The money count will be 0 after one run is done. Sure. The thing is, the game mode makes new stage in real time. Sure. There's something really wrong with this. Hold on. Why is my game running so slow? I'm just gonna... every step of the way, as there seems to be some hiccups. I'm gonna just exit the desktop real quick. And run the game again. Every time I press any button, there seems to be a massive delay until the game responds to me. Hey now. I read Pika's message, but that still does not give me a really great understanding of it. I guess I can try. What's the game mode called again? What's the game mode called? Currency Wars. Okay, I'm just gonna take a look into that. I don't even know which one is has a good demonstration of it. Let's try this.
With a new currency war mode online, we can snag up to 4,000 Stellar Jades by simply playing the mode. And in today's video, I'll be bringing you through how you can grab them all so you can recover all.
There's a whole video by official channel. Okay.
Welcome to my currency war currency guide. You know, we're trying to get all their currencies. We'll go through the quickest way they can get most of the Jades that's easier to get. Some harder ones, some nicher ones, but yep, hopefully it'll help you replenish your stash of cash for the coming version. Also, real quick, parts of the footage are from the creator experience.
I don't find it. If you have it, share me the link.
The various sources of Stellar Jades you can obtain from Currency Wars. And here's a list of all of them. You can get 1,000.
You lost all your account progression after you did modification to your server in Power.
200 Jades from reaching level.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Section levels. You can get another 1,200 Jades from the bot.
Just wondering how I feel about the game in comparison. I played Wuthering Wave back in 1.0 patch. And back then, it feels like a poor imitation of Genshin. But I'm sure they have developed and they have improved a lot. I am not entirely sure about the story of the game. But at least on the graphics department, I have seen that a lot of things have improved, and I've heard from the game community that they have been enjoying the story. So it is actually something I'm down to just checking again at some point. I'm down to give it a second chance. I've tried a fair share of just different gacha games in the gacha space. None of them exactly stick for me. I tried Enfield and I tried NTE, Neverness to Everness. I also tried, what's that thing called? Something Wind, where winds meet? Yeah. The main thing that would make me stay in a game has to be either more interesting and unique gameplay and a cool story that I'm fine with keeping up with. Well, this is not really the great background for this, but if the game is just more of gachaing, I'm not interested in that. Gacha is the gacha aspect of a game is the thing I would check last. A game has to hook me in a different way. So any talks regarding, hey, this gacha system is good, this gacha system is bad, I don't care. I have to like the game first. Generally, that's my thoughts regarding different games in the gacha space. And so far, nothing has really kept my attention so far. I think partly is because the gacha games just seem somewhat similar to me. And Genshin has the luxury of finding me first. That's the only thing. You like everything except the optimization is bad. There's something seriously wrong with my Genshin today. It usually does not take this long to load. Is this a my computer problem or is this a game problem? Let me double check. I'm gonna try to look at my CPU's usage real quick. Performance. GPU's fine. CPU is also fine. So what's the hiccup here? Is it just the game? That's weird. RAM is also fine. Have I tried Silver? Am I going to try? Is it? It's coming out, right? It's not coming out. It's not out yet. I have seen a video of that. I have seen the trailer of that game, and there's one of the video I shared in chatting in my Discord server. Let's go with this. My game seems extremely laggy today. And I don't want to play with this experience, so I'm just gonna turn off the game for now. We're gonna do other things today. We're gonna chat and we're gonna look at stuff on YouTube. That's absolutely fine by me. Okay, let's go back to my screen. SSD, is it still full? Let me double check. No. Well, I guess I turn off the game now. I'm not sure. My SSD has a lot of fluctuation, actually. Maybe it was. There was some issue with that. I'll keep that in mind. I'll check that off stream. All right, cool. Pikachu, have some patience. I was working on something else. Here we go. Crystal Disk Info, is that an app? Show if there's any problem with my SSD, sure. Is that something that can easily run on web, or it's something that I have to download? Okay, I have to download that. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that off stream. I will note that to myself. Crystal Disk Info. Okay. Okay, that's fine. We are just not gonna play more of Genshin today. I've already done all of my maintenance, and I'm fine with just exploring the different other games in the gacha space and just yapping about them. So the one video that I saw from apparently Silver Palace today is this. I don't know if this song is even copyrighted. It's such a terrible sound too. I'm fine with muting it. There's nothing of consequence in the audio here. It's just the visual. So apparently this is a boss fight. Apparently, this is a boss fight. Yes. I love the zoom. It's very necessary zoom. I'm a simple man.
Let's discuss a deal. Let's discuss a deal.
Is this a new one? Is this a new game mode? How long ago was this? 8 months ago. Okay.
Fear of all worlds has swept over many planets.
Hi, Milo.
With bad debts and violence on the rise, even we can't control everything.
Wealth, schemes, and luck are merely tools in the end. The key to victory is the power of people.
We need a new crown jewel to help us chase away the darkness, hidden in the secret corners of the cruel capitalist market. Come. We have been waiting for quite a while.
Sure. Alright, explain the game mode, please.
Hello, Trailblazers! It's your pal Arbor streaming from this channel. Welcome to the and play modes. What's so special about currency wars in this turbulent investment market? And how can we quickly master it? Let's check it out together!
Currency Wars is a business competition sim developed under us.
Sure.
The tester will defeat their competitors through simulated matches and gain experience.
Yeah.
Coach, how can I defeat my competitors?
We can start with building a team. I've already hired some staff. Now open the store and use your gold coins to try to hire me.
So
Sure.
I just do this?
That's right. Every staff member has
So
their
it's a
own
card
position.
game.
See this icon? Jade is an off-field member who can join battles by automatically using abilities. Aventurine is an on-field member and can fight in collaboration with off-field staff.
Oh, I
Sure.
just realized something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can fight with more than 4 units in Currency Wars!
You can even make a 10-unit team.
10 people! Feels like just one person could already punch the enemy's lights out. By the way, what does putting a unit in the corresponding position do?
Putting someone in the right
Is this
position
TCG?
can make on- and off-field staff cooperate better and work together to defeat strong foes. More importantly, it can activate Currency Wars character empowerments, new or enhanced abilities.
Take a look at the current staff.
Jade, while off-field, designates Herder in the on-field.
What do you think about Planet Cadia so far? I think it has cool visual. I am not a person who keeps up with the gameplay of Honkai Star Rail, but I watch the trailer of the characters coming out since it does gather some interest. I think those are cool. I think Himiko stuff was cool.
As the deck collector, increasing Herder's speed and crit damage, and allowing Herder's attacks to charge Jade. Meanwhile, Herder can already trigger more twirls more quickly in Currency Wars. Jade's charge is now full, and she launches a follow-up attack on the enemies who collapse in a heap.
Sure.
Feels so good to have 2 rows fighting hand in hand.
Okay, I see. So the UI before the combat looks kind of like card game.
Characters, they'll increase in rarity.
As expected from Madame Herder, the best DPS.
Wait, is this? Is this the Dota chess or what's the version of that in League of Legends?
She can get even stronger if you raise her to a 3-star. Let me show you.
Apart from that, each staff member also has their own bond. Recruit members with the same bond.
Team Fight Tactic, TFT. This is TFT, right?
To activate it.
Now we've activated the AoE attack and IPC bond effects. The higher the bond level, the stronger the bond members.
The AoE attack bond has 4 members. Recruit 1 more to activate the stronger 5 AoE attack, which can enhance the team's AoE attack.
Okay.
How do we quickly find staff with the same bond?
Our department's projects always have great UX. Tap bond tracking once and you'll be notified when such a member appears in the store.
Okay.
All right, let's head to the store. What great timing, Professor Naxon. No empty slots left.
Not to worry. We're currently at level 5, which means we can only deploy 5 staff members. It's time to use gold coins to buy some experience and level up.
Time is of the essence. Now we can add one more. With Nax on the team, we successfully activated.
Have you seen the death battle? What death battle?
The bond creates an AoE attack ball and passes damage to the opponent. The team no longer needs to worry about only having one enemy.
5 AoE attack is so strong. 7 must be even stronger. Who else do we need to hire? Jinyuan and the Herda. But why are their colors different from all the other staff members?
Color is tied to cost. Gold is 5 cost, purple is 4, blue is 3, green is 2, and gray is 1.
Then how come we never ran into any purple or gold elite staff members before?
The chances of high-cost staff appearing in the store is related to the squad's level. High-cost members will only appear in the store once a certain level is reached, and the chances of such members appearing will increase with your level. Normally, the higher a member's cost, the more powerful their basic capacities.
Then I'm gonna sell all my current staff and swap them out for elite members!
What's the rush? All staff have value. Low-cost staff are early game units with chances for improvement. For example, Herda has a permanent growth mechanism. Every enemy she defeats in battle permanently increases her on- and off-field strength. Build her over time, and you can use her till the end. High-cost staff are late-game units with strong
it's a Zhang which is uploaded? Sure, we can watch that today.
Then I really gotta think it over. Aha! I get it now. But I have a question. We need gold coins to recruit staff members, raise their rarity, and expand our team. So how do we
and when do we earn them?
We get some coins after battles. If we win consecutive matches like now, we can earn bonus winning streak coins.
And based on how many gold coins we currently have, extra coins will be granted as interest.
Now, is this supposed to be PvP or PvE?
Got it. I can treat this as a mini bank.
Right. Every 10 coins will give you 1 coin as interest. The interest is capped at 5. As long as you have more than 50 coins, you'll get max interest.
But since I'm here today, I'll give you some coins for free. Here, have a taste of 7 AoE attack.
After leveling, the chances of high-cost staff appearing in the store increase.
Exactly! I finally
Okay.
Hate them so much.
Well,
Trudy and Herta are both on- and off-field characters. They can be placed in either row. Now switch them to off-field.
Oh yeah! Now can I Jinyuan and the Herda activate 7 AoE attack? Awesome!
And here comes the end of the program. Let the competition witness the power of 7 AoE attack.
Whoa! Everyone's deployed at once and working together. It's really pumping me up. The Herda uses their skill and summons the little Herda to attack the enemy together, triggering a blinding set of follow-up attacks. Meanwhile, the Lightning Lord and Jinyuan significantly increase their attack speed due to the mutual active advance mechanic unique to currency wars, buffing themselves and giving the enemy no breathing room. It seems that the team's damage output continues to improve as the bond level increases.
That's the value of investments.
You know what? That is... I think the coolest thing from this is being able to play the characters that we may not necessarily have in the game. I think that's the coolest aspect of it.
No struggles. High-level bonds are nothing to laugh at. I'm such a genius. I'll pass you.
So is this game mode not dependent on any characters that we have at all?
Without a sweat.
A proper currency.
Because that would make it seems like just a side game mode and not really an end game. Do I play Honkai Star Rail? I do not.
Whereas match actually has 3 planes, and each plane has multiple hard combat nodes. During combat, you must eliminate all enemies within a set action value or your squad will lose HP. You'll have 100 default HP at the start. Make sure you face every battle seriously. As long as your HP is greater than 0 at the end of a battle,
it is what?
Thank you for the explanation, champion instructors. I'm ready to strike it on my own. You've all prepared.
The characters have decent poo-poo build. Got it.
A huge amount of character empowerment and bond effects.
Okay, so we can use trial characters with so-so build, or we can use our characters with probably constellation, with weapon, and good builds.
Love to experience that in the official version ASAP.
You see, the official version is for the Trailblazer only.
We look forward to having the Trailblazer test this out.
Sorry, Albert.
Can't you give even a single touch of spot to a dear colleague?
I hereby extend my best wishes for the successful launch of the Interastral Peace Corporation's latest project, Currency Wars. May precision and elegance forever accompany your financial calculations and extrapolations.
Here to us and Jet once again with too long here adventuring voice. It's great to see characters
This is so obviously a scripted marketing release. But actually, this project isn't half bad. I will allow you to help test this little thing on top of testing the simulated universe. Tell me afterward what you like about this project.
This looks really fun! When's it gonna...
That's cool. Let me check how Silver Palace is doing. Three weeks ago. I've already... Wait. Oh yeah, I've already watched this. This is the official one. Is Silver Palace worth playing? Sure, why not? Give me the typical rundown.
An enchanting tune. Not dancing to it would be a crime.
I need to check something.
I cannot believe I actually got into the beta. I've been waiting forever.
Is this 10 frames per second?
An enchanting tune. Not dancing to it would be a crime.
Alright, we are out of the 10 frames per second. Cool world building. Does Llama VA? Nice. Okay, cool world.
The curtain falls. Thus have I come to thee. You're a woman of many faces.
You know what? I respect the music choice.
Spoil the moment. Not that it matters. Are you doing this on purpose? Instead of trite questions.
Ooh, why is it 10 frames per second? The main animation.
Is how this dance of ours will end. As ambiguous as always, but I've come to expect that.
The graphics seems good and kind of bad at the same time.
We were utterly unprepared for the incoming disaster. This case is a clue that I'm interested in. I'll accept the investigation. From cankered soil was the beauteous shell built.
I mean, I will try it out. I like the settings. I like the noir vibe.
Fate. The rain drowns out the wailing and washes away the blood. Hold your horses. First, we've something more important to do.
Grab that hip!
Return to that place. Find the culprit and end this once and for all. Such fair creation. Time and again undone by fate's changing.
I have no idea what they're yapping all this time.
Thy eternal summer shall not fade.
I'm just looking at the visual. Okay, those are probably burst animations.
What answer do you hope to find?
When does it release? It's probably gonna say right now, right? Wait, it does not. Hold on. Silver Palace release date. Does not have an official full release date yet, though the gameplay is currently holding its dichotomy closed beta test from July 22 to August 13. Current phase dichotomy beta test running on PC. Pre-registration. Alright, we're not gonna get the game anytime soon.
For this game, so hyped. The beta literally came out a few days. ago, and I already
Genshin released the biggest butterfly effect for gacha. I mean, yes.
But I wanted to sort of
gacha games has been blooming in the last few years. Though I think it's kind of a saturated market these days, and everyone just choose their own favorite gacha games to keep up with, or keep up with 2 or 3 gacha games.
Go in depth with what this game has to offer. If you're on the fence over whether or not you're
should look at the Himiko trailers. I'm pretty sure I looked at all of them. Like, I watch things in my own time too. This is the one that she throw train. Yep, there's the one she throws the train.
willing to try the game, or just didn't get into the beta, then haha, laugh at the loser, you suck. But in all seriousness, I'll be as unbiased as possible.
Ananta seems to be having troublesome development.
Of the vibe
I was looking towards that, I think, more than a year ago, but it's not really going anywhere.
How does it work? So you are guaranteed the banner limited character after 100 pulls, which is lower than the absolute guarantee of 160 that Star Rail and Wuthering Waves and most games have. So no 50-50 at max pity. That sounds amazing, right? Yeah, here's the problem. There is a 50-50 when you get early 5 stars. So if you're lucky, then you sort of get punished with a 50-50 rather than the normal guarantee featured character at 100 pity.
Wait, what? Hold on.
There is a 50-50 when you get early 5 stars. So if you're lucky, then you sort of get punished with a 50-50 rather than the normal guarantee featured character at 100 pity. It is possible to lose multiple 50-50s on the way to 100 pity. You're not guaranteed after losing if you get multiple earlies. Now, as bad as that sounds, I say on the way to 100 pity because it doesn't reset when you get an early. The chance to get the featured character is 0.8% all the way until hard pity, just like WUA. It's not 1% like NTE, unfortunately, but if you get an early 5-star, the pity does not reset until you get that guaranteed character. On average, this will be better. Of course, 100 pulls is a lot, so it depends on how. Now, on thing on the hard
would you mind telling me about the gameplay? I would like to hear about the gameplay.
Move on to the story. I'm not going to spoil anything. Don't worry. I'm not spoiling anything in any way for the people who care about it, but overall, in my opinion, it was actually pretty good. Things made sense. I was intrigued all the way throughout. The pacing felt perfect for the most part.
It's actually so wild to me that a video like this would put a gacha system on top. I guess it is a gacha game. But tell me about the game first, before tell me about the gacha.
There were a few times where it felt slow, but after 13 hours, which is about how long the story took me without skipping anything, it was really good. That's all I'm going to say for the story, because really I suggest you just experience that for yourself, and I'm not trying to spoil anything, even when the game is actively doing so. No idea what they were thinking about this one, but whatever. Let's get on to how Silver Palace's combat works. So there are 5 combat styles, or roles, that each character fits into. A striker DPS is raw damage, from skills, basics, ults, all that. A resonance DPS does large damage in the form of resonance effects, which basically means they build up effects and then at max
reaction. Got it.
And then the rest are pretty self-explanatory. Break suppressors build up stun meters really fast, so you can break enemies which stun and apply.
That's a weird animation.
Cases. Combat supporters are buffers. They provide specific buffs. And survival and healing units keep your units alive. But there is more. We also have 7 different elements. Now this is more similar to WUA rather than Genshin. There is no elemental reactions. Rather, buffing units provide certain elemental buffs, and DPS units do certain elemental damage based on what they are. For example, Gucia, or however the hell you pronounce this person's name.
So it's just a way for the enemies to counter
does this through her skills
the characters.
So you can pair her up with an Alba DPS who currently isn't in the game, or maybe Cinderella, who is an Ignis striker DPS who just does raw fire damage through her ult skill and mainly her basics. Honestly, since this is the beta, there aren't many character options to build a full-fledged team, especially because it's teams of 4. The elements for right now mostly matter because of weapons or motifs, as they're called in the game, and epiphanies, which are the equivalent to echo sets. It's pretty obvious to put the healing set on the healer and the Ignis weapon on the Ignis damage dealer. That's where the elements really matter for now. So far, I haven't run into any boss elemental resistances, but who's to say that they don't add that in the future? Now, in terms of
I'm just trying to translate to Genshin terms I understand.
Where you're not building up individual concerto. There's a shared gauge that fills, and once full, it allows you to intro into any selected unit. It can also stack up to 3, which is marked by the Roman numerals within the bubble. So if you fully cap it at 3, you can do 3 quick intros in succession within like 2 seconds, and then end with your DPS. There's also Forte gauges for all the units, although it's not called Forte. It's just simply an unnamed mechanic that is described in whatever part of a character's kit it has to do with, but it's all very easy to follow. You just attack until things fill up, and then do whatever the button on the right tells you to do. Simple. I guess since we're talking about combat, we can cover the endgame briefly, since there's not really much to it at this point. So Thought Experiment is just MOC from Star Rail, or Abyss, or TOA. It's the first endgame where early stages you need 1 team, later stages you need 2 teams, and you kill enemies in a certain amount of time. This is just the standard for all games at this point. It also gives in total 4,000 reactors,
very standard,
which is the premium currency. Now that sounds like an infinite amount of pulls, but of course, this game is doing the Honkai Impact 3rd strat of artificially inflating numbers to make it seem like you have a lot of pulls. Because in Silver Palace, 360 crystals is 1 pull. So it's actually just 11.1 pulls in total for all 10 stages. For reference, Wuwa's TOA on release had Stable Zone, which gave 800 or 5 pulls, then Experimental Zone for another 800 or 5. Then they had their reset stages for 800. Of course, we're not seeing the reset stages since it's the beta, but usually first time clearing games give a good chunk of currency, and 11.1 pulls is slightly better. Nothing crazy though. We also have the weekly mode, Hilbert's Hotel, very similar to Wuwa's. You run through stages, killing enemies and choosing buffs. Star Rail has this too. You collect weekly merits or weekly points when doing runs, and
some kind of roguelike mode.
You are able to collect 900 crystals, which is 2 pulls and a bit. I mean, I guess that's better than Wuwa's 1 pull a week and Star Rail's 1.5, but also Wuwa and Star Rail give you a ton of other very useful materials. Silver Palace has the basic currency and character leveling materials. Like, that's just nothing. Which actually reminds me, the dailies, because that of course matters too. Every day you can farm some XP for resin, which is actually amazing for leveling up fast. This I really feel like is just for the beta. There's no way they give out this much stamina on the full game's release, but who cares about all that? Every day you can also collect 140 crystals, or a third of a pull. It's actually a little over a third. It's basically
extra content. What is this?
There is also the overworld events, which they have their own separate stamina system, exactly like NTE. It's called City Affairs. It's also 240 stamina. You can buy properties, horse race, run a coffee shop, or my personal favorite, Scarlet Gamble with Red Rose. There's a bunch of stages. You play poker, basically. It's all great. It's really just a straight rip from NTE, which, I mean, I'm not complaining. It's really fun. But yeah, I think that's basically everything significant to talk about. That's all the game has to offer for now in the beta. Remember, very early. At this point in the game, there's actually quite a lot to do. Really just a quick run through of my personal pros and cons of the game, just to get the TL.
Wait, what? What other things to do? There's poker, there's daily, there's combat. Huh? What is that to do? Can I explore the open world? Is that an open world?
Really just a quick run through of my personal pros and cons.
Why? It kind of baffles me that when the game just put the gacha first and the game second. Is all the game about getting the gacha currency and then gachaing characters? Where's the game part at?
Let's stop the glazing and talk about it. Really just a quick run through of my personal pros and cons of the game, just to get the TLDR. Pros: music is surprisingly good and immersive.
Okay, thank you.
It really
Something.
makes the game almost like what E33 did, but nothing's beating that game. I love the Resident Evil weakness mechanic, exactly like Wuwa's Toon Break. It adds diversity to combat.
Why don't you include this in combat?
2 different stamina systems allow me to no-life the game even harder. That's a big plus, just like NTE. Pull stamina system, weakness mechanic, exactly like Wuwa's Toon Break. It adds diversity to combat. 2 different stamina systems allow me to no-life the game even harder. That's a big plus, just like NTE. Pull shops allow you to recycle bad equipment pieces into perfect pieces for units. This is really amazing, but I don't know if they'll continue this for all future units on the game's full release. Hopefully it's not just a beta thing. A great amount of overworld content, like I mentioned, with City Affairs, very
thank
NTE,
you.
But just smaller in terms of volume. To be honest, NTE felt like GTA. There was so much to do on release. Another thing, actual detective mechanics that are unique. Finally, something new that a gacha game is trying, and they actually did a good job with it. Autopsy reports, analysis, evidence boards, all great, but I do have one gripe with it. I'll get to that in the cons. Story was amazing. Slight spoiler warning, skip to the time on screen if you don't want to see or know anything, but
that is going to be looking away for about half a minute. I'm gonna watch, well, looking away for 1 minute starts now. I'm gonna watch it because I need to assess if this is worth it. Starting now. 1 minute, look away.
Silver Palace finally broke the meta of, oh, I got knocked out, woke up in a strange land, I don't know anybody. I'm just gonna be a lackey running everyone's errands for them. No, none of that garbage. We are an established detective with a reputation, and the sibling situation actually makes sense and is interesting. I won't say anything more than that, but thank God we don't have amnesia. The boss designs, a lot of them give me like Elden Ring, Dark Souls vibes,
cool.
especially the tutorial boss.
It's not
Rex
that special.
He was just a dude. But the twin statues, Cinderella, the manager, and like the security fat dude, I don't remember their names. It reminds me of Lies of P so much. All of the story bosses are great. Let's stop the glazing and talk about the very apparent cons of Silver Palace. First and foremost, the weapon banner system. Why the hell is there even a 50-50 system? Just make it guaranteed like WoW. Nobody likes pulling for weapons. I really hope this is changed in the full release. Okay, fix that. Next up, horse stamina. Silver Palace, please increase both the sprint stamina, but much more importantly, the flight stamina. It is so abysmally bad, even when jumping on launch pads throughout the city. It's actually just unfun. You get to fly for like 10 seconds and then you're already dropping. My hope is that they're doing the normal thing of tying stamina to exploration and leveling, like what Genshin and WoW does, because that's really the only excuse for how bad the stamina system is in this beta. Another thing, actually 2 things. The map. I have 2 problems with it. 1, it is laggy as hell. There's no way this is done on purpose. The frame rate drops to like 10 just in this menu. Not sure what's going on, but please fix this. Again, this is what the beta is for. This is just kind of ugly looking at this thing. But the second thing that I pray does not carry over into the full release. Please let us mark exploration content. Just make it exactly like WoW. Their system is perfect. Like, you already have the drop down menu, but you can't click on anything to bring you to the location that it's at. You're telling me I have to actually explore to do exploration? Ew. No. Please just make it like WoW. Sure. That would be perfect. Next, my one gripe with the detective deduction gameplay all throughout the game. It's too easy and handholdy. I just wish they'd up the difficulty or allowed you to have full control over what evidence you selected to use. Maybe throw some red herrings into deductions, stuff like that. Honestly, they don't even need to do that for the story. If they can make a game mode where you solve cases and it's harder than the story content, I'll be happy. But as of right now, beta 2, it doesn't feel like you're actually solving a case on your own. It just seems like you're following.
The problem with making that a game mode, an optional game mode, is that no one's gonna play it unless there's incentive to do so, I guess. And the slight problem with that is it will never be an endgame mode because it is not dependent on pulling characters to do. I would rather they just make the game mode. If they have the balls to put it in some detective game mode, I want to make them to make it good from the get-go rather than side thing.
A story play out and trying to like predict the story on your own before stuff happens. I feel like I'm not thinking as the story progresses. Hopefully they do something about that, but my guess is most people don't really put too much thought into the story. It's more so like a movie, so I doubt they actually really change the difficulty at all. Next, as per expected, being a beta, there are so many frame problems. Hasn't happened to me, but a friend has had problems like that. No idea why. And then sometimes textures take a weird amount of time to render in. Loading times are noticeably longer than WoW, for example, which is also a very hard game to run. If you load multiple areas in quick succession, it just stays unrendered and melted for like 5 seconds. Now, I fully expect them to fix all these bugs on full release, at least most of them. I have faith. Again, this is what the betas are for, and we will be getting one more beta after this. But one last con I have with the game. Not sure if this is a beta thing or intentional. Major story spoilers.
I'm watching this. Oh, that's gonna take about 40 seconds, I guess.
So whatever the time on screen is to avoid this. Why the hell is Cinderella's actual name also on her banner? Like, this just ruins the mystique of Ashley throughout the story. Like, the main plot of the story so far, or main plot point, is what the hell is Ashley hiding? What is going on? Why is she so weird? And then they just have this. So I'm not sure if she's meant to be the first banner on release, or she's just here for the beta, but this is a massive spoiler for people who want to keep that mysteriousness. But yeah, that's everything. Overall, I'm really enjoying the game so far. Definitely living up to the hype. They got the vibe right. That's what I was really hoping for. The only major concerns I have when the game fully releases is how generous they're going to be with the pulls, because that matters a lot, and how many end games they will add. Because at least for me personally, that's the make or break of a game to keep.
Silver Palace developer. Silver Studio, that's what they're called. A subsidiary of Happy Elements and published by Elementor, powered by Unreal Engine. I have never heard of them before. Includes crime scene investigation mechanics where players look for clue and solve mystery. Alright, I'm not gonna jump on this too much. It's probably just this person's video focusing a lot on the gacha aspect of the game. I'm gonna look at the character's gameplay real quick. Okay. Very cool.
Is that all you've got? Is that all you've got?
Very cool.
A precise practice of lethality.
Where's this guy coming from? Chevy guy? What do you mean by Chevy guy? The rumored Golden Fortress game? Yeah, it's the Silver Palace, yes. Yeah.
Is that all you've got?
I'm looking to see some of the gameplay and animation. I've looked at one video so far and all they talk about is the gacha system. That's generally the thing I look at last after I look at the gameplay. This gives easy vibe. I mean, it gives any game vibe.
Is that all you've got?
The combat system is not really anything special.
The time of games has ended. The anatomical structure is evident.
I would say that they are not differentiating themselves in terms of combat at all. So if they are going toward this path, it's basically gonna feel extremely similar to WoW, to Genshin, to ZZZ, all the likes. And if they're gonna keep me at all, it would be for mainly the vibe and the story. Because I do acknowledge that this game has a noir detective vibe that I like. But that will have to bring some heavy lifting there. It's basically more of the same. I like what they're doing with the camera angle. It looks nice. How to build Chevy and her set? Her set is 2-piece, 2-piece, 2-piece HP, 2-piece HP. How to build her is to use SP Sand, HP Goblet, and HP Circlet. You want 80,000 HP and you're good. Okay, cool. See where they're cooking with this.
Absolutely disgraceful.
Nice iframe.
You owe me a cocktail shaker.
This does not seem like an on-field character. This looks like a healer or a buffer. Cool. Okay, Risley. Her gameplay, hold her skill, swap off. Sharpie gameplay, hold her skill, then release, then swap off.
Youthful folly!
Do something more interesting with the thing. Is there a special state that he can get in that enhances attack? Okay, okay. Air attack. That's cool, cool. I appreciate the variety of the attack there. Well, punching the ground, I guess. Cool. Oh my god, those are huge. The ears, of course. Claymore character. Cool aerial stuff.
Surrender at once, or prepare to meet your end!
What's this guy's doing? Oh, right, this guy. She's supposed to be a support, so I don't think her animation for attack is that great. Somehow they still do her some good attack animation. Okay. Yeah, I think I agree that I'm sure all of these games have that unique thing, but that part is so small that it's often overshadowed by just looking similar. It's just more of the same. If this is the game that you found first and you enjoy, great. But to be a real competition to the existing big brothers right now, you have to bring something else, not more of the same. I want these games to succeed. I want to have something interesting to play, and or simply have a competition so that Hoyoverse will pull their pants up and actually be pressured to make a better game. But this is not it. This is more of the same. Okay, I can click buttons to see cool animations of a character I work hard to gather for in game A. Okay, I can click buttons to see cool animations of characters I gather for in game B. Or I can click buttons to see cool animation of characters I work hard to pull for in game C. The only thing that differentiates between these games for me is the story, and that's generally not the thing that I make content a lot about, but I do care a lot about. What game is this? Silver Palace.
Enemies.
What are we doing? Lost track? We're looking at the gameplays of this game.
Is insignificant.
Yeah, Hoyoverse knows a degenerate who plays the game would pull a naked woman if they ever release it. Because they have no competition! What is this? I'm not saying this is bad. I'm saying this is not special. How can Universe keep getting away with this? How can Universe keep making naked woman and no other games stop them? It's so the combat, it can be feeling similar, but the system that leads to the combat can create the difference. I'm gonna give you an example. Witcher 3 combat. It's pretty much just looking from behind a character and seeing the guy on the screen doing twirly dances with his sword. However, in the game, the way we can engage with the game is with different builds. We can have builds for the dude on the screen to use magic. We can have builds for the dude on the screen to use more light sword attack or more heavy sword attack, or we can have builds for the dude to use potion more often. That is a way to engage with the game beyond just clicking button and having the characters to click buttons. I guess the gacha game inherently incentivizes us getting more characters, and they have to cater to the combat system that way. And different characters work differently, but within themselves, a character begins and ends at farming artifacts and leveling up weapons. It's the same shit. Someone gotta innovate this. I have no idea how they're gonna innovate it, but someone gotta innovate this. I pull a character, I level that character up to a certain level. I level the weapon up to a certain level. I engage with some kind of artifact farming system. I'm done. Now I click buttons and see pretty things on screen. Do you accept long DM? Well, if it's related to Genshin or something, feel free to just put it in server. But if you need a very personalized thing, sure, you can put it in DM. You like Cinderella design the gun sword combo? Yes, I can. I like a lot of characters design in Wuwa too. I like a lot of characters design in Honkai Star Rail, and I like a lot of character design in ZZZ. And thanks to the character design I try to pick up, I have thoughts of picking up Honkai Star Rail and ZZZ a few times, but then I look at the gameplay and that deters me. It's kind of just, if I'm having the same kind of similar gameplay in Genshin, why would I have to pick up another thing when I can just look at fan art of a character online? Like, they look nice, they look cool, good. I'll appreciate the trailer.
Nevermore. Greetings. Timing is everything.
Yeah, I hope that it has a good feeling with the open world thing. I adore the vibe. I said this a few times. I do adore the kind of like the 1960, even 1950 detective vibe. I like that a lot. I hope they lean onto that. I hope that these videos showing things are just not showing the right thing to make me interested. This story is very good. It's
vital organs unharmed.
I think the lore in ZZ is good. I don't think the story is good. Story is the same kind of, we have to click too much together. Generally, from what I have seen in the story of gacha space, it's like those movies or it's like those TV shows, and I'm not excluding Genshin, by the way. It's the same. Story in the gacha games, it's most often like those TV shows that we don't bother to watch and we want to watch a summary video online. Like, they have cool ideas, they have great ideas, they have emotional beats that when I watch a trailer I feel for those characters. But when they try to extend that into some story gameplay, it's generally a snooze fest. It's clicking and having the character standing around with some default reactions, 5 or 10 of them, speaking to each other. I am putting up with that in Genshin. I would not like to have to do several games of that. I'm not saying that I would still like to know the story of Honkai Star Rail. Once in a while I would go up to the wiki and I'm just reading it. Once in a while I'm looking at a summary video of where the story is going and have a good maybe half an hour of exploring the lore, exploring where the story is right now. And same goes for ZZZ. I have not done that for WoW for some time, but when I have free time I would like to do that too. I think that's a fine way to engage with a story as well. If they are gonna do something, continue to do some clicking fast for a story in a game. The only thing you can glean from the showcase, the character's design and nothing else. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Perhaps I'm getting animated over nothing. I was watching one guy's video just before this and all he yaps about is the gacha system, and that kind of triggers me. My apologies if that bleeds into this entire conversation. I was so baffled by how he talks 2 minutes about the gameplay and spends the entirety of the 10-minute video just talking about the gacha system. I want to have a game first. Since they're waiting for GTA 6, if GTA 6 is doing some great stuff, yeah, I'm down. Things like Expedition 33 gives me a unique gameplay experience. I love that. And the story, they execute well too. Things like Resident Evil Requiem was giving me a unique gameplay experience. I would like something... from these games that's a bit different. Just finished season 2, chapter 6 of ZZ yesterday, and would say it's about 7 hours. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Like, for example, when we watch a TV show, each episode is something like an hour and a half at most. Each episode maybe just 45 minutes. Now compare that to maybe a season of, I'm gonna say 10 episodes is an average season, maybe 20 episodes for a very long season. Then at the end of the day, we're looking for 20 hours, okay? 20 hours of content with condensed information. And that TV show already has to be good for me to sit through that 20 hours. Now, if a gacha game story requires me to sit for 7 hours each patch just for some story that is not condensed enough, a story that's just a lot of waiting time between each dialogue I have to press, or a skip button that will just give me a summary rather than actual good things, eye candy for me to see on the screen. When I say eye candy, I don't mean the two things, alright? I mean good execution of cutscenes and nice execution of the characters' model while talking to each other with thoughtful dialogues. That's already a big step down. Gacha gameplay designs get by the fact that mobile users can only do so much on the tiny screen. Fair enough. I think WoWa these days are just ignoring, well, not exactly ignoring, but they are not paying as much attention to mobile user, right? Because phones would just explode when they run WoWa, and WoWa is more a PC game. Speaking of how they would design the way they tell this story, I don't think that would be a good excuse. Just toggle in Genshin criminal mode. This has skip button and you will never use it. I have used the skip button in ZZ quite a few times, and I would say that having a skip button and having a neat summary is still a preferable experience to having to sit through everything or a story that I cannot care about enough. However, that is still just a hack. That is not a good substitute for having a story so engaging that we would like to sit through the entirety of it. Like me, sitting through a movie. But alas, it is. I also recognize that it is a live service kind of game. People, the developers have to make characters look good, have to make promotional materials for the characters, and they have to make the gameplay, they have to balance the gameplay, and then they also worry about the open world, they worry about the end game. There's one part in that. I'm not saying what is more important than the other, but story is just one part of that. So I don't exactly expect them to make Oscar writing every single patch. I'm just recognizing that it is how it is in gacha games right now, and if there is a game that can somehow punch above the rest, I would respect them immensely and I would consume the crap out of their game. But if it's more of the same, I'm sticking to what I already know, or just continue watching trailer. Does Genshin need a skip button? Sometimes I do need that. There are moments in Genshin that I just give me the damn skip button. I can, if the story is interesting enough, I can look back into it. I can look at YouTube videos of it. If I look at the skip button summary and I see something huge happening, I will cancel the skip button. And finally, that is not to say that Genshin always needs a skip button, but I would like the option available for when it is not up to par or when I am only needing to farm for Primogem that day. Now, lately, Genshin has been doing great with the content they're pumping out. And the pinnacle of that, well, I guess not the pinnacle, but the summer events with Sandrone and Columbina is great. There was not, I would not say not any, that would not be true, but not many moments in that I would like to skip, because I enjoy everything that's happening on screen. They have put a lot more thought into animations for the characters, and I would like them to do more of that in the future, having something on screen regarding to the story that makes me not want to skip. I want to experience that in full. If you haven't played any of ZZ Season 2, I definitely recommend it. I'm gonna check out some of the cutscenes for Season 2, and if that interests me enough, I would play it more. I'm a person who would willingly spoil myself to see if something is interesting enough for me to watch in full. I usually do that with TV shows as well. Like for example, the Invincible even from season 1. I spoil myself everything until I see, oh fuck, this show is good. I'm gonna watch the entirety of it. Hello, Alola. Well, not we, mostly me. I'm going on a rant about gacha games being one and the same, mostly. See you, bigger. Have a nice dinner. Shooter and mobile games are primitive and yes, still engaging. I think mostly because those games, they have a good game. They have a good game. They don't even have story. They don't even have to slap on. Well, I guess, you know what, League of Legends does sell shiny skin for the characters. I cannot really say that anymore. And I know Marvel Rivals sell shiny skin for characters. Fair enough. Everything is going down to having pretty looking characters on screen. And there is a need for that. I do also have a desire to look at something pretty on screen. But at the core of it, the gameplay is good. That's what I'm getting at. They can try to sell any amount of skin, but that will only retain me for so long until I just look at the videos of the characters online or look at the pictures of their skins from the promotional material or whatever online and be okay with it. I don't need to exactly play the game to see that. Any idea how we got the beta access to this? You put your email long ago and no email since. I have no idea. I don't have the access for this. Maybe they selective. So they're only selecting a subset of people. You can send some cutscenes for season 2. Yeah, you can send me some. I will probably watch 1 or 2 of that right now, but not gonna be the entire thing. I think one of the reasons you can enjoy the game despite playing for a long time is because you can avoid the fear of missing out, log in, do what's necessary, and come additional enjoyable things, maybe explore a little, log out and play other game. You've done GTA 5, Cyberpunk, and some Assassin's Creed franchise for the addition to Genshin this year, for example. Some people are playing Genshin 24/7 and then wonder why it's not producing enough dopamine for them to constantly enjoy. This is not League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Hearthstone, where competition is the way the competition and taking keeps you constantly engaged. Genshin is a slow-paced strategy game and meant to be enjoyed for a short burst of time. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. And I think it's funnily enough, yeah, I know you're also here, but funnily enough, this is also contributing to the design, the lack of design for me to play more of the same game, basically. I think the gameplay only interests me to a certain level, and I have already engaged beyond the gameplay of Genshin by looking at the dissecting the combat of the game more and trying to think about creative ways to make teams for the game. So I think I've already gone above and beyond compared to other people, how they engage with the combat system of this game. I think that's enough of that. If they make something like it's even just a simple game like this. This is a very simple game. I'm opening it. Hold on. This is an extremely simple game. It's fun for me, and I play it sometimes with my friends. It provides cool value. This is Slay the Spy. If you cannot tell yet, it's booting up. There may be something with my computer. Things are running a little bit slower today. I get the core of this. This is a card game. But at least this is something new. Basically, we attack the enemy or we defend. That's the game. It's a card game. Why do I like this? Well, it's not exactly why I like this, and it's not exactly the reason why I'm comparing it to Genshin or any other gacha games, but this provides me with something unique. This provides me with some interesting gameplay that's not more of the same. I engage with it. You got the beta for that Honky Poke on and never try it? Wait, what is that? Just a base combat enjoyer. Yeah. I think even for Genshin combat, the amount of time I spend inside station is probably more than an average player enjoying this game. I know people, an average Genshin player is probably playing station maybe at most 5 times, and if people are not clearing, they're just moving on. I make that stream content. Their entire streams of me trying to get a die clear. Several hours. Same admin I applied earlier is easily applicable to the Slay Smite 2. Same shit. Click on the card, number goes blue. Exactly. If there are slay the hold on. Climb the tower. Slay the tower. If they release that game, I would not play Slay the Tower. If it's the same thing, I would not play Slay the Dune. I would not play Slay the Hill. I would not play Slay the Mountain. If that's the same shit, I found Slay the Spy. That's enough for me. I found Genshin. That's enough for me. I would likely not engage in the same thing like ZZZ or Wua. The Honkai Nexus anime, yeah, I've seen that. If that proves to be interesting gameplay, I will try it out. Now that said, though, not gonna just badmouth about gacha game or gacha gameplay the entire time. There are things that I do interest me about WoW. It's just, which is basically pretty graphic and pretty looking people. I'm down to look into the story a bit, and if the story, because that's the main differentiator between these games, if the story of it proves to be interesting to me and proves that I can sit through a process of clicking through dialogues and it actually engages me, I'm down to playing it. Looking pretty is one part of it. I don't know if I'm gonna have the thought of vomit right here as replying to MM right here. Well, I'll do an abridged version of it. I yap a lot about that right now. Yeah, I think I engage with with Genshin just to the right amount until I don't feel like engaging with it anymore, and I'm fine with putting it down when that happens. So far I am fine with playing the game and enjoying it. Meta alongside favorite streamers relatable just like me. Real relatable. You know what? I think I have yapped a lot about things I don't like. Let's do something that I like. I think just balance it out. This is great. This is gonna be great. All right. Hold on, not easy. Actually, the one that Pika just shared me. I like that one.
The same dream.
If only... Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop talking about things I don't like. It almost slipped there. I think the budget, not just money, but also the time the developers put into crafting these animated short and this trailer, it does show, and those both look great and convey great story at the same time. We make sure that browser audio is on. There we go.
Same dream.
What if I stream another gacha, do some ZZ stream? I could. I'm actually also very down. Just download Gua again, and maybe not even downloading it. I can absolutely just react to some of the cutscene for Gua. I'm down with that. I don't mind spoiling myself because generally I like to watch stuff from a franchise or a movie or a TV show before I even decide to watch it fully.
It's raining, like always. That is where your journey ends, and mine begins.
Quick, take this! That thing's almost here! Hugo!
I think this is the Honkai Impact 3rd type of animation, right? War cutscenes alone doesn't give enough context? Fair enough.
Your weathering curse is worsening. I'm fine. We stick with the plan and defeat the Herald of Death first.
Frame.
We're in range.
Big God! Alright, Big God it up!
Even that couldn't take it down. Himeko. I'm fine. Still
that couldn't?
The last trick. Himeko. Looks like there's no other way. Are you gonna...
No! You can't do that!
Motoko, I want to give it one last shot. Death is terrifying, but someone...
You want me to stream ZZ so you can watch the story? Fair enough.
Are you insane? Even if you manage to imaginate that giant, you'll die!
If I die, I want to die where the stars are within reach.
You're just too stubborn. But that's why you should become a navigator.
Himeko, you brought me to life. My wish is to fulfill your wish. Come on.
Together.
I have no idea why these are happening and what makes this happening.
Chasing giant from Pagana. Let my body be the torch that blazes the trail.
But the animation is big and the music's big and that's all I need.
Set forth! Even if we must crawl forward. Even if we burn to ashes.
Big Mac
Shall be through
Yeah?
We ran out of wish power?
Leave it to me.
No! No!
Now you hear that? Gotta wish more! Open that F3 screen right now! Gun down the crap out of this! Here we go! Banger music, chill.
Did you see that, Himiko? Your flames ignited the Express's engine. Himiko? Himiko? Himiko?
Gotta angle her a bit so her head doesn't hit. Alright, sorry. And that's where the Astral Express begins its journey. Or maybe not begin, it continues. I don't know the law behind this.
The same dream. It's raining, like always. If she were here right now, she'd probably make the same choice I've made.
It's a pity the game's over, kid. Crash to the ground once more, Astral Express.
There's another one of these trailer. Oh, I think it's this one, right? Yeah, this is not the one where she throws the thing.
When I was young, I also imagined
Is this the one?
my future
Did I
self.
watch this one? Hold on. Is this the one? Come on. Oh, I think this is the one. Okay.
Genesis homework for today. Remember to submit it on time.
Imagine.
Alright, I'm gonna look at chat real quick since as I watch this, I'm gonna just get engulfed in this. You have not played any Honkai Star Rail yet. You just start the Rowa. How are you liking it? Ripped indeed. I think without too much spoilery for the people that may want to look at the Honkai Star Rail story for themselves. I think that's I think the Himiko that we know in game just takes on the name of the previous Himiko that dies. Yeah, that's the way I can put that. Does not put too much spoiler on it. Got the same headphone? Nice. I like these headphones. I've bought new pair of headphones after this, but I keep coming back to this. It's very comfortable on the ear. And it sounds great too. When's the 7.0 HP special program for Genshin for next patch? Snezhnaya will be on Friday. That's the usual schedule. Alright.
What about now?
The countdown for every member of the Murata family begins at birth. No exceptions.
And so I have no future.
Himiko, it's fine if you don't submit this.
Everyone
Don't put
carefully avoids talking about the future with me. False hope only drives one into deeper despair. I'm well aware.
Himiko, what am I?
You? I'm nothing.
Looking back now, you really were rude.
Hold on.
Back then I was just... No, I'm sorry.
But you've already found something you want to paint, haven't you? Pagana, the homeland of the Eon of Trailblaze.
And the Astral Express, which set forth from there and connects all worlds. The nameless gather like meteors. They were once a crew, and they were once accompanied by a star-chasing giant.
Giant? The one you keep painting?
Yeah, I've named it Starblazer. But after Akivili's fall, their followers left one after another, and only the navigator and one other passenger were left on the express.
Just 2 of them? Sounds lonely.
But they never gave up on the express. All to extend the silver rail of trailblazing deep into the stars.
Just like how we're repairing the express right now.
Yeah, they were on board this very train, traversing countless galaxies, persisting on their journey without the blessings of
Murata sounds like a Natlan when you mean Murata. You mean this character?
But when the young man named Falcon appeared, he rallied the people to clear the obstructed silver rail and reignite the trailblaze once more.
Do you aspire to become a hero like Falcon?
No. My dream is the same as those 2 travelers. From the day they witnessed the fall of the trailblaze and the dimming of the star rail. From the day the weathering curse consumed my whole body and I stumbled upon the crashed express. We've been pursuing a faint miracle. In the records, they passed the trailblazing spark to Falcon to illuminate the stars once more. But can I really get the express to...
Love how they get the motive of the main theme from Kaisaro into it.
I never expected answers.
Interesting story in Wulwa.
False hope only
Glad you
drives
find
one
it fun.
into deeper despair.
It's fine. I don't submit this. Don't push yourself. I'll help you understand the process when it comes to your age.
But the express still won't start up. This silent darkness. I guess it's my final stop. But I still find it hard to accept.
Himiko.
Become a navigator. Look, just like me right now.
I think
Let's join the Phantasmoon games and make a wish to the omnipotent laughter.
And the time we have left, roll the dice one more time. Then you can take my place.
The reason that maybe you are reminded of Natlan is because Mavuika is kind of just a Himiko XP. This is a Honkai Star show. Yeah. A lot of the storytelling budget is told through the whole game's promotional materials. A lot of the characters' interesting story is actually in their cinematic and animation. What was that one Himiko video? What was that one Himiko video? Oh, that's a trailer. Goddamn. Okay. They have so many Himiko videos actually. I was trying to find a particular one. I think it's this one. Genshin Season 2 Chapter 6 cutscene video from YouTube. It will contain some spoiler, of course. You won't see.
Navigator Himiko will be leaving the Astral Express.
I already play Ye Chungguang's story. The rest I don't know and probably don't care enough.
I often dream of that moment. If you hadn't made a choice for me on that day. If you had been the one to survive that day, you'd be far more impressive than I am now.
Sick name tag. Just real quick. That's 2 cinema. Have to go back.
You'd be far more impressive than I am now.
Hit me going over. Is the entire stream locking or just a video locking? God damn music. It's making me misty. What a damn trailer.
I'll use this life you granted me.
Oh, here it comes. Oh! Ah, shit! That's just cinema!
Have I become you now?
Maybe she should give Star Wars a chance. I mean, I don't think is Star Wars make stuff. I don't think Star Wars make stuff. I don't watch Star Wars. You can't get more cinema than this. The hell?
I'll use this life you granted me and fulfill that promise.
Have I become you now?
What's the view on this trailer? I wonder if people playing Star Rail is enjoying this trailer or not, like rather than from an outside look. Yeah, this trailer is 1.4 million view. It's not as good as the cinematic, huh? Okay, that's 1.4 mil. That's 2.5 mil. Interesting. Civil Hoop trailer is 3 mil. And who's that girl at the beginning? Yao Wang. 2.1 mil. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Just gauging people interest on these trailers. Alright, you know chat, I think that's a pretty good high notes to end the stream for today on.
I cannot believe I actually got into the beta. I've been waiting forever for this game. So high.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty high note to end the stream today on. I'd like to end the stream on yapping about something I enjoy rather than on a negative note. I would love for more of these great storytelling. That's what I live for. Whether that can come from a gacha game or that can come from any other game, I'm here for it. Death battle, alright, sure. With how much you hype this up, I expect this to be good.
Aang, the Avatar, versus Ether, the Traveler.
Which journeyman will come out on top in this elemental battle?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
So is this an animation or is this an analysis? An analysis? What? How the hell do you say that word? Analysis? Analysis. There we go.
Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, the four nations lived in harmony.
Okay, it's not an animation. And it's 20 minutes. I'll probably watch it on my own time.
To perceive the elements around them.
Guide for a new interest deal other Boomstick. That wasn't cool enough. Traveler can't do this. We can't miss when those.
There we go.
Windblade!
It's cool that they're using sounds from the show and the game itself. Oh, so is bro just not turning back? That's cool use of both those abilities. Oh my god, I'm blooming!
What's going on?
That's good.
Goes treasure hunting for 2 minutes now. Everything is going kaboom.
Cool glider. Can it do this?
That's gotta hurt. not the Hydro Traveler.
Come on, Traveler.
Well, we all know that when you're frozen, you gotta tap spacebar.
Remember.
No one fights alone.
Breathe all elements, okay? Even Talent Traveler that have not done this. Oh no. Bro, use the trump card. No way.
For those who came before. And those who will follow.
Yeah, you gotta use the elements that he does not have master over.
The last airbender.
Wait, what is that supposed to be? Yeah, Electro, he cannot master. Well, actually, Lightning is in the show.
Shallows. Through infinite dusks and dawns!
The Travelers ever say that? Oh, that's definitely not PG-13.
Way to go, Traveler! But does this mean no treasure?
KO! And my dailies are done. What a miss.
This was an interesting pairing, so let's break this down by power, experience, speed, and elements.
First up, power. Aang and Traveler could both change the terrain of entire cities.
Real quick, I think simply by using the elements that Aang does not have mastery over, like Electro. Well, Electro is a little bit iffy, but there is Dendro and what's the other one? Is it Cryo? Does Cryo count? Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, Electro, Geo, Nemo. Yeah, it's mostly just Dendro and to some extent Electro. Because Hydro and Cryo in Avatar is kind of similar enough to each other that they are interchangeable. And Lightning, I don't think Aang has mastered because that's just a Zuko thing. Dendro is actually going to be the most effective against Aang. He does not have a way to retaliate against that.
And we're way stronger than characters that can break mountains, but at their peak, they're both tearing up islands.
Aang's avatar state made him on par with Kyoshi, who created and moved the island of Kyoshi. Similarly, Nightfall's blessing let Ether contend with Archon-level foes like the Raiden Shogun, who split Yashiori Island in two.
With an attack that even Vision Bearers weaker than Traveler can block. So he's definitely on that level.
Kyoshi Island is over 6 miles wide and long. Kyoshi moved the island 17 miles offshore in 2 seconds, so we have everything we need to calculate the amount of kinetic energy this would require.
Turns out it's basically the same as cutting through Yashiori Island, about 3,000 gigatons of TNT, so their power is tied up.
Which means comparing their experience is crucial.
Ether's mastered more elements than Aang, but the Avatar state gave Aang centuries of knowledge.
With the memories and abilities of past avatars, Aang's kit was so extensive in a way Ether had no real answer for.
Not to mention, Aang's training was more focused. Traveler is skilled, sure, but his training was mostly just a means to finding his sister, while Aang's journey was all about mastering elements to combat other elements.
Experience rarely goes to Aang. However, another important factor to consider is speed.
In terms of mobility, both could roughly match the other. If Traveler was immobilized with earthbending, he could just dig his way out as a dinosaur.
And Aang's airbending and glider meant he could easily counter Ether if he took flight.
But in terms of raw reaction speed, Traveler had it in the bag. Aang bending away lightning is crazy fast, but Traveler could dodge lightning.
Oh, Aang did bend away lightning. All right.
Journey, and now he can block that light speed Kuvaki laser.
While lightning can move over 200,000 miles per hour, a beam of light can move 186,000 miles per second.
Over 3,000 times faster than Aang. Traveler takes speed by a landslide.
So this all came down to the elements. who could turn the forces of nature against the other.
At first, I actually thought this was Aang's dub.
Aether's elemental control is remarkable, but most of his attacks are projectiles, spires, and very specific implements that Aang has bent away in the past. Aether has never shown the precision or creative flexibility that we've seen with Aang's bending.
But throw in the combos of elemental reactions and the script flips. Traveler could mix not just his elements, but also Aang's in ways that Aang could not. Bending was Aang's greatest strength, but also, against Traveler, a weakness.
Because Aang usually had one or more elements around him, it gave Aether an easy access point through these combinations. When Aang used fire, Aether could...
I think that was a cool implementation of it in the animation, yeah. Electrocharge that water.
Lightning to catch him in an overload. If Aang used water, Traveler's electrocharge could paralyze him, and so on.
This isn't just...
Hold on. What was it?
If Aang through these combinations. When Aang used fire, Aether could use lightning to catch him in an overload. If Aang used water, Traveler's electrocharge could paralyze him, and so on.
This isn't just a gameplay thing. Genshin characters like the lovely Lisa canonically say this is how the elements work.
And unlike Aang, Aether has fought multiple people who can use multiple elements. The longer the fight went on, the more Aether would trip Aang up with these combinations, some of which Aang could not bend.
Aang could redirect lightning, sure, but what about electro buzzsaws, or an electrified tornado, or dendroblasts of pure plant energy?
The Kavaki shield especially gave Aether a strong defense to fall back on, since it was...
I don't... is that an element? Or is that just a temporary Carabiner thing? I guess that is canon now.
Pure light, Aang had no way to remove it outside of brute.
Traveler canonically turns Saurian. That is true. That part I don't have a problem with.
Force.
By comparison, Aang's wind barrier wouldn't block Traveler's elements. It would actually merge with them and create more combos that would target Aang himself. Not a great situation to be in.
And since Aether's powers came from external earthly sources, like those statues, Aang could not depower him with energy bending, even if he theoretically overcame Aether's willpower.
Willpower that is strong enough to alter the fate of the entire world. Sorry, Aang, but...
Cool. I'm gonna watch it at some point more in depth. I am absolutely brain rot in ways that I would just prefer to watch the cool and catchy animation first before diving deep into the technicality of things. But with that, I'm gonna say, yeah, that's a nice video. Thanks for sharing that, and I would absolutely try to look down into the nerding part of it. Just brute force it. Alright, gang. So today we don't have an end screen to show, so I guess I'm just gonna show a video of some kind. Yeah, you know what? This will do.
A whole evening's
This works. It's gonna be the end of today's stream. Bye bye, chat.
An enchanting tune. Not dancing to it would be a crime. You won't keep me waiting now, will you?
And what dance do you have in mind?
Instead of trite questions, why not just follow the instinct of your body?
Candidate, assassin, or last-minute reinforcement? Tell me, with which red rose am I dancing?
Shh. Now, don't spoil the moment. What you should be concerned with is how this dance of ours will end.